Hi guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to work with a few of the new maker tools. Cricut recently released 4 new maker tools. They already had the rotary blade, the knife blade, then they have the quick switch housing. They have 2 different scoring wheels available, 1 and 2 wheels. And now they came out with an embossing tip. I know it's hard to tell, so we've got an embossing tip. We now have the wavy blade, and then we also have the perforation tip. And then we also have the debossing tip. I don't have it available. I will put a picture in here somewhere. It is a debossing tip that can deboss leather. It's going to be kind of like if you ran it through your Cuttlebug and embossed, but debossed and had it go inwards on your cardstock. So you can use it with cardstock, leather, all of those things. For your wavy blade, you can create some really cool stuff. I'm going to be doing some earrings with this very, very soon. Cricut did a banner with some crepe paper, so it looks really, really cool with a wavy tool. So I've got some ideas with that. The perforation blade is going to create these really cool tear lines. So you can come in and tear these open. I'm going to show you guys how to create this cute little box here, so you guys can have a nice little treat box. For the embossing tip, you're going to be able to emboss on things like aluminum. Cricut has 3 different sizes available for you over on Cricut.com. You can also use your infusible ink on this, which I'm going to show you guys in just a second. You're going to be able to emboss on acrylic sheets. These ones I got over at Hobby Lobby. They were $1.49 a sheet. So we're going to be able to make some wedding invitations with these. So we're going to be doing a video on that very, very soon. Today's project, I'm going to show you guys how to use the infusible ink and how to emboss on these aluminum sheets. So really exciting. And then I'm also going to show you guys how to make this super cute mystery box. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to use the engraving tip, and we're going to use them on the aluminum sheets. And today I'm going to be using the 4x4. You can find these over there on Cricut.com. So they have 2 that's 8x8, 2 5x7, and then 4 4x4. So, and they're super affordable, so definitely check them out. The thing about these, you can engrave on them, but you can also sublimate. Now, Cricut does need to update their settings on their Easy Press guide because they don't have this available, but I just kind of Googled and kind of went with what I did. So I went with 400 for 60 seconds. And the way that we're going to do this is upside down. So you want to do this first and then engrave. But on these aluminum sheets, pay attention because they do have a special coating on them. So they have like a little plastic film that we want to remove first. So very carefully, without scratching up your aluminum, make sure you take that off. Because if you don't with sublimating, I mean, it's going to end up on the plastic and not on the metal, okay? And there's also one on this side, and I don't want it to melt or anything, so I'm going to go ahead and peel it off as well. All right? So, I'm going to put it face up where it's the really pretty shiny side. We're going to put the infusible ink on will be the side that looks really pretty and glittery. We're going to have our mat, the white cardstock, the infusible ink, and then make sure the shiny side that looks like glitter is going to go face down. Make sure you try not to touch it too much, like you can see my fingerprints on the back. And then that's how we're going to sublimate it, okay? So we're going to have the mat, the cardstock, the infusible ink. Our aluminum is going to go face down. So you could always take some heat-resistant tape, just like this. You could always tape it just like this. Enough where I'm touching the aluminum, the infusible ink, and then the cardstock on both sides. That way it stays in place. Then we're going to cover it with our butcher paper. Now we're going to take our Easy Press. I'm going to use the small one today, 6x7, 400 degrees for 60 seconds, and I'm going to hit go. All right, we're going to move this aside. We're going to take off our butcher paper. Now, as you can see, the ink went on our butcher paper, so now this is trash. Now, you don't want to touch it, so just leave it there. Let it completely cool down all the way. As soon as it's cool, come back and we'll reveal it. Now that it's cooled down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. Just like this. I'm going to use my Cricut tool to hold down on the metal. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. Look at that. Is it not pretty? I know my light is glaring. Let me pull it up here so you guys can see. Look how pretty that is. How stinking cute, right? It's not coming off. That is inside the aluminum. It is now a part of it. Super pretty, right? All right. Now, the one that I use, by the way, is Rainbow Cheetah. So the infusible ink I used was the Rainbow Cheetah. I use this one right here. And when I did this, so these are 4x4 squares. I cut this 4.5. So I had enough room around to make sure I had enough room to work with. But like I said, make sure you let these cool all the way down because they're super hot. Now, something to keep in mind, you cannot cut these with your Cricut. Your Cricut Maker, they will not cut. You cannot try to use your knife blade to cut these. It will destroy it and can destroy your machine and void your warranty. So you cannot cut with these. These are too hard. You just cannot. It states on the Cricut website and I think maybe on the packaging. So do not try to cut these with your machine. But let's go ahead now. You can put a name on here. You could do anything you want to, but I absolutely adore it. You could probably take some metal cutting scissors and maybe cut down maybe some dog tags or some of that if you wanted to as well. But let's go ahead and engrave it. So the steps for the engraving, let's go and peel our tape off. But big note, make sure you pull that plastic off, okay? For the engraving, you want to use your purple mat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here somewhere else, away from the corner edge. So say I come right here. I'm following this line here and this line here. That way over there on Cricut Design Space, I could come over and get my design perfectly right here, and I know it's going to be exactly where I want it to be, okay? Push down on that, make sure it's good on the mat. Then I'm going to use some purple tape from Summerweb here. You could always use painter's tape or something like that. And get some of that purple tape down. I'm just going to get one at the top and one at the bottom. All right, just like that. That should be pretty good to go. You want to move all of your star wheels over. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So I'm just going to scoot all these guys over. All right, all the way to the right. So you definitely don't want to forget that. That way your material can fit underneath the bar. All right, then I'm going to load it. I'm going to take my quick housing, push the button, attach the engraving blade right there. Just make sure it's secure. I'm going to pop out my old blade and get this one in here, making sure I'm lining up my gears. So that's ready to go. So in Cricut Design Space, I've chose aluminum sheets for my material and we are ready to go. So you guys can see where I already messed up and I told you guys not to do this and I got over just a little bit. But I'm okay because it's still going to look like it was just kind of sitting on the side of it. If that makes sense, you'll see when we're done. But definitely pay attention. I don't know how I did that. But see how to like pick up and spin just like that and then it'll go back down. I'm not too sure what it's doing. Maybe it's like getting off some shavings. I'm not too sure. We'll have to kind of look into that, but I think it's pretty cool. Check it out. She's done. So we're going to go ahead and hit the unload button. Now right away I want to show you guys. You guys seem to like whenever I show you guys my mistakes. So what happened here is I told you guys to make sure in Design Space to pay attention where you're putting it. I was off just by one. I quickly was doing it. And had I just came over a little bit, it would have been right on the money. So you guys hopefully can see where it engraved. So you guys can see those engravings. Super nice. If it wasn't infused, you'd really see that pop. But since, hopefully I'm going to try to get the light glaring on it a little bit. Since I've got the infusible ink on it, you can't really tell on camera. I can in person. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to really make that pop. Now, you can see where it kind of tore my tape up and all that, and that's totally fine. And it got off on my mat. Now, luckily, I could save this because it's still super cute. It just looks like I did that on purpose to have it in the corner. So that's why we're going to leave it. But just pay attention to where you put your design. If I would have scooted it over just one, it would have been good to go. So we're going to remove the tape. So I'm going to mess with all the rest of that here in just a second off camera. So what you're going to do is just pop it right off. Instead of using my fingers, I'm going to go ahead and use just a little towel here to wipe off the excess shavings. All right, just like that. super cute. So I'm going to bring that up so you guys can hopefully see where it's engraved. Really nice, right? Really, really cute. So now, you could leave it like this. I think it's really nice like that. I think it's super cute. But to make it really pop, I'm going to show you what you can do, okay? So, first off, you've got shavings all over. You can take a towel. That way you can trap them in here. Take a wet wipey. Anything that you would use for, like, your glitter to trap it and stuff, you could do that. Or you could take a little blower and just kind of blow it out. So what I'm going to do is you're going to take some white paint. It doesn't matter. Like, this one is water activated, so you may not want to use something like this. Now, if it was going to get wet, you definitely would want to use something that was water resistant. But since this isn't something that's going to get wet, it's more of a decor piece, I could use any white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some white here. This is Tim Holtz Distress Paint. And like I said, you can use any white. I'm going to get a little bit here on this little scrap piece of fabric. This is scrap from our infusible ink. And I'm going to get some right on here. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take this. And like I said, right now it's just like a silver. Super pretty. And then I'm going to take this white and I'm just going to kind of push it in there. So I'm just pushing it down into the cracks so that way it can kind of grab right down inside there. So I can get inside all those little grooves. All right. So once we're done with that, you want to take a clean piece of fabric while the ink is still wet. So I'm just going to take a clean towel here and just start wiping it off. All right. Just like so. All right, so now maybe you guys can really see that flower. See how it pops so much more? Because the white ink got down in there. If you've seen it in person, you really would be able to see it pop. But, and I still need to wipe it off a little bit. But that ink will get down into those cracks, and you can go over it however many times you want to. That way that settles right down those cracks and just kind of really pops even more. So it's super cute. And I'll have a picture here. You'll see it on my thumbnail as well as my Instagram. So super easy to use the engraving blade. I'm going to show you guys several more projects, but kind of wanted to get something out there so you guys can test it out. But definitely get you guys some of these aluminum sheets and try it with the infusible ink and the engraving tip as well. Super nice. I'm going to kind of bring that up again so you guys can see. There you go. Maybe you guys can see that a little bit better. Super cool. Okay. Now, I will have linked below this project right here. Isn't she cute? Same little pumpkin I used the other day. The infusible ink tote bag that I did the other day for Sweet Remy. So this pumpkin, I'm going to have it down below. And what I did was I used my Xyron sticker maker to run through and put this all on here. And then I also used my Tombow ink for the little tiny pieces. But what I did was I created this box. It was already available in Design Space, but I created all of these perforation little doors here. So all the way around. Inside there is separators. I'll kind of show you guys a little clip here of me putting it together so you guys can see how this works. But you're going to have these little doors that's going to open and then the candies can come out. This will be perfect and you guys can see the separation in there. So you've got 6 doors available. You could put little trinkets in here, rings, spider rings. You could do this for birthdays, parties, whatever you want to. Super cute. Teacher gifts, classroom gifts. But for Halloween, I think it'd be really cool to fill it with some candy corn, but I didn't have any. I only had jelly beans. But how cute is that? It would sit on your table just like so. And I just put a pumpkin. You could put any design you want to. You could do some print and cut stickers all the way around. But it's neat to have like a little mystery box because you know how kids love mystery boxes. So that's what I use the perforation for. The file that I shared down below, you're going to have the doors like this. So on this one, you don't see the circles there. This one, you do. I now have created so your fingernail can go right inside and you will be able to just pull on your door just like so. Make it a lot easier. So the file that you're going to have down below is already ready to go. So all you got to do is cut it all out. It's already sized and ready and you'll just put this little guy together. It's super cute. So loving the perforation, and then all you gotta do is peel them open, and then there's all your jelly beans. Cute. Which, like I said, with Halloween, I would put some candy corn in there. Would be really cute. But you could put different kinds of candy in each one. But I love it. Super cute. I love Miss Katie Cuttables. But you could do different designs as well. And you'll see in the design space on this file what this is sized to. So you could always grab a different design and put it here for the same size. So, like I said, that will be linked below. So definitely check out the new maker tools, the engraving tip, the perforated. We're going to be doing some paper flowers. I've got an idea with the wavy tool for that. And then the embossing, I do plan on working with some leather with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.